There. Hello, campers. Hey, welcome to another episode of Wood Turning at Home with me. Oh, it's not the warmest here in Northern Ireland, and I've got my heating on, my wee diesel Chinese heater in the background, throwing out some rays. Anyway, enough of that. I'll bring my trusty earworm in. There he is, and
Hello, boys and girls.
he can say hello. And I will put him back in the background.
Good
Whoa!
thing. Good thing.
Oh, push that button again, Paul. What happened there? No, it doesn't want to go.
You're stuck. There
Ah,
you go.
there you go. There you go. Okay, guys. I let's see. Just bring that up to talk to you. Or where am I? There I am. Right. A wee project for the night is a wee angel and tea light holder, and for those of you interested in making this is what you will require. Okay, I'm going to change the overhead camera, and so you're going to need a bit of square stock, 4 inches by 1 inch, and this is a bit of beech. Funny thing happened today. Well, it wasn't a funny thing. It was quite disastrous. Like, I was cutting this timber out on the bandsaw, and my blade jammed and put a big bend in it, and that was the end of the bandsaw. So I couldn't do any more processing. But lucky enough, I had a couple of blanks. So that's 4 inches by 1 inch for the square stock. The round stock, you'll need at least 100 mil by 25 mil thickness for the angel's wings, and you'll need a bit of square stock again, 170 by, I think it's 35. Where's my ruler? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there's there. Yeah, it's almost 30 inches square. Okay, and
30
it's
inches.
or 30 mil. Sorry. 30 mil. I keep getting mixed up on my inches and millimeters. That's 170 long, at least 170 long. Now, depending on how big you're going to make this, depends on the sizes. So if you do one, which I've worked out here with the sizes on it, you might find that's big enough. Okay, and you might stick with that. A good idea to go with all the same wood, but unfortunately I couldn't cut anymore because my chop saw is up in our wood turning center where it's being used, and my bandsaw broke and the blade is knackered, so I couldn't process any more beech. But I managed to get a piece of beech for the wings, even though I have this piece for the wings here. This is a bit of poplar, but you know, you'll see that more about that as we go. Okay, so we want to mount our base. This is the base for our tea light and angel holder. I was telling Doug I made a fair amount of those about 5 or 6 years ago. A lady contacted me from one of the church in Lisburn, and says, "We're throwing out the old pews, church pews, and would like to make something to sell, uh, rather than it'll go to waste." Yes, me, okay, I can try and make you something out of that. Uh, I'm just looking at this. Yeah, that's the bottom. Yeah, and it was pitch pine. It's lovely, lovely looking pine, and I made her 70 of these wee things, and she sold every one of them. So she did, to raise funds for the church. So they went down a treat with her, and I've made a few over the years and sold them at craft fairs, and they're okay. You don't need a lot of wood, but what you do need is uh, bits and pieces to go along with it. There's certain amount of jigs you will need to make to hold the different parts, and I explain that as I go along, because I had to. How do we go at this afternoon? I couldn't remember how I went about it, and it took me a wee while to get it figured out. And with having no saw or chop saw, it was a bloody nightmare, And so it's hunting around the workshop for pieces of suitable timber. So this is the base. This is going to be the bottom of it, and we'll just turn that around and show you. Now I put a couple of tenons on these. I'll show you. I'll take this one back off again. This is tenon on a glue block, okay? Because we don't want to waste any of our timber. And I'm just thinking to myself, is that right, Paul? It doesn't matter. We'll improvise as we go along. And that's an RB tenon for small jaws. And you'll see why I done that was there's an off center to go in here to cut out for the tea light glass holder, and just grab it here. So that's just going to sit somewhere there in it. The angel is going to be on the other side, blah, blah, blah. So I'll put that away. And I'm thinking of mix myself up here. I'm trying to look at this and see what. While I'm trying to work out it in my head, Doug will tell me who's in and how I can work this out. Right.
All right. We can do that. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I say afternoon. It is 2:45 here in northern Kentucky. The sun is out. It's cool outside, but it's a beautiful day out there. As we go through the list, looking at the live chat, I've got Jennifer's Craft and Creations. How are you, Miss Jennifer? Excuse me, I've got something in my eye there. Okay, going on down. Door 60 is in. Paul Heighton is in. Vinnie Charlton is in. Vinnie, good to see you. Albert Dawson. Hello, Al. Tony Smith is in. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks is in. Cap K is in. That's a new name for us, Cap. I'm glad to have you with us. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. Copper Owl Wood Turning is in. Haley Wood and Burl. Hey, Haley. Clint at Wood Dancers is in. Carson Pedersen is in. Let's see. Looks like Heim is in. Hi, Heim. Good to see everybody in today. It's hope you've had a good weekend and a good day so far today.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Doug. I'm just working out what this is for. I made it. I'm going. What's it for, Paul? Right. I need to put an off center part in this, so I'm going to stick the glue block on here to turn it, and I've made it this size because it'll fill my wee small chuck, and it just comes inside of there, so it's a positioned right. Okay, so you want to be a wee bit back from the sides so that you don't cut into that. Okay, I'm saying that I might make a mistake here, but I'm going to glue this on. The hot melt glue gun is over the other side of the shed. I'm just going to that, and I'm going to glue it on.
While you're doing that, Mark at Turnigan Crafts has joined us. Hello, Mark.
I think I put that in the wrong one. Is it that one? We'll go with that one. This is not the normal way I want about this. When I was doing so many of them, I set a couple of jigs up and I was able to see these are bits and pieces with that instead of doing all this glue work. You might find yourself, I could do that differently. That's okay. This is the way I'm doing it tonight. And it may be wrong, it might be right. And, you know, just go with the flow. But if you can make it better, all well and good. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just showing you the way I'm going to do it tonight. So I'm just putting up my wee small chuck on. And now, the wee glass holder for the tea light, it's not that crucial for the depth. But I'm going to be turning in tailstock. I'm going to be turning into this a wee bit, so I'm just going to have to be careful on what I do, the way I approach this.
Keep your fingers on your side.
Yes, keep all feet, fingers, anything up which you want to keep in. So we will get it. We'll get the parting tool and see if I can start in a wee bit and see where that goes. I might have to reposition that. You know something, I might just take that off. No, can't take it off because I need to do the bottom first. Right, turn your speed down of your variable speed because this is a bit of shape. Just check that. Where's that cutting? I want to cut a wee bit of that off, but it should be okay. And just stand to the side because this is a glue block, and just turn the speed up a wee bit to see what I can get it to go up before it's just take off on me. I just want to see where that's cutting. So that's cutting there. That should be all right, he says. I just want to see where that went. Right, that's just coming right through in the corner, and that's where I wanted it. So it'd be great if I could knock that off, that wee bit off. There it is. I didn't expect it to come off as easy as that, but it came. You can see the glue in the background there. It's quite a bit. Okay. We'll mark our... The other way of doing this is with the Forstner bit. But I found if we do it with a Forstner bit, the wee glass jar, it needs a wee bit of room in case the wood would move and crack the glass jar. That's the only reason why I'm doing it like this. The first two I made were sort of with a Forstner bit, and they were a wee bit tight after a couple of days. They were sitting in the workshop. That's not good, Paul. That's not where I wanted that. Yeah, that should be inside that. I made it too big. When can I fix that? Right. Just carry on. I think I'll be able to sort it out.
Johnny Foster has joined us. Hello, Johnny.
Welcome along. Right, that's still too far out. I'm going to take a wee bit off the top of that. If I do that, it's going to be too far. Right, we'll just play on because I don't have any way of cutting an hour bit of timber at the minute, and there's the first mistake. But we all make mistakes, and it's good for you to see that I make mistakes too. Now, if I held that into there, I would probably get that. I should have a wee border around that. Right, that's just approaching on it. So I can take a bit of that off when I go to turn that away. Right, we'll take the rest of that away in the middle. We'll just increase the speed a wee bit. It's just under 800 revolutions. Remembering this is on a glue block, so you don't want to be too heavy-handed. And I'm just thinking to myself, I made a more mistake there. I didn't measure that for the glass jar. That was a good guess, Paul.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, isn't it?
Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't.
This is true.
Okay.
Jennifer's reminding everybody to give a thumbs up. Thank you, Jennifer. I've done that already.
Where's my chisel? Just want to clean that. Okay, we'll stop that and fire a wee glass jar into the bottom of that. I'm going to take some off the top of this to fix that, so I can afford to go down a wee bit. I purposely went over the thickness in this, so it's about an inch thick. So what you could do, there's a wee bit of room for mistakes if you make a mistake here. So go a wee bit deeper. And again, I'm going to skew chisel.
Vinny's liking it that people can admit when they make a mistake. Tell you what, if you're not making a mistake, you're not trying. Yeah. So make the mistakes, learn from it, and go on. You know, it's not that big.
It's good when you can recover your mistakes. You know,
absolutely.
Sometimes you can't, and you have to start again. And
it's like these salad bowls I'm trying to make for this lady. She wants them by Thanksgiving, and I don't know that we ever did decide what wood. I just decided I was going to do them out of walnut, but the wood I got isn't walnut, it's oak. So if I told her walnut, I'm going to be in bad trouble. not bad trouble. She'll be able to use them. Just they won't be. If
What
we
you
just
said there would be.
if I said they were going to be a walnut, they're not going to be. There's probably going to end up being a mixture.
So you can see there's a wee bit of wiggle room in that for movement of the wood. You don't want this tight because it'll break out with glass jar. Okay. So we have now done that. I'm happy with that. Now this is the top of it, obviously. So I'm going to take it out of the chuck. Wrong key, Paul. I've got 3 different keys in my pocket here for my chucks. So now that we'll have to get that chuck off and put the normal chuck back on. And
Michael McEwen has joined us. Hello, Michael. Glad to have you along.
hi, Michael. So this is a Norway project you could do for Christmas. Give the family one of these, a wee heirloom to have. Where's my art chuck? There's it there. You know, it's a nice wee project to make. As I say, if you make it out of anything you want, a nice bit of timber will really do it justice. You know, I was going to make this one originally out of a piece of laburnum I had. Hopefully that will just bite enough to hold that. There's not enough a lot of turning on the bottom of this, as you'll see in a wee minute. Okay, so even though I turned away part of that, there's the R key, there's the wrong key. You still have about a 3/4 of it in the chuck, so it should stay on. So we're just going to remove that wee block again. We'll just get my big chisel and lock that cam, and hopefully it'll just come off in the first go.
Oops.
Oops, that's what I didn't want to happen. And for those of you about the glue blocks, there's nothing wrong with hot melt. Hot melt will hold anything if it's hot enough and you give it a time to dry.
Tell you what, I am always amazed how well it holds. It
You can
holds
see
super good.
it's actually pulling the fibers of the wood out to
Sure.
get it separated. It's back on the piece, and I should be able to stick that back on again if I can clean this off here. Just need a chisel to clean that.
Johnny said a little earlier that his little lathe would be shaking like crazy if he tried to do one offset like that. Todd said if you wanted to try, but you're afraid of vibration, you might try gluing some counterweights onto it. That's an excellent way to do it. Or to make a large, as large as you can, like a flywheel, and then glue your piece, hot melt your piece onto that big flywheel. That'll help. It also gives you more surface for some counterweights.
Just clean the surface of that up again.
If you want to do off-center turning and you got a small lathe, you can do it. You may have to scale it down a little bit, or
you just
go slower.
Working it out. Just bear with me. I'm just going to stick this back on again. Okay.
Take your time. Take your time.
Things like this will happen with when you're trying to get glue blocks off, and it's one of those things you just have to put up with. But the glue does hold. It holds quite well.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, very well. I freaking stuck that down and it's not in the right position. It should be all right now. I'm only gluing the underneath of that. and holding that, it sets up a wee bit. But if you weren't too sure, you could glue it around the edge. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you give the glue time enough to cool down again.
Yeah.
Give that a minute. Just give that a minute while it's gluing. The other thing, you can bring a tailstock up at this minute because I'm going to be turning the bottom of this and turning these corners over up the way. So I can use a tailstock at this position, this moment in time to do that. And that's okay. That lines up with my previous hole. So again, you have to remember you've taken timber away from here for the glass insert to go in. So just be aware of that when you're rounding that over. So that should be okay. That's locked down. And that's clearing the tool rest. I'll just check that again. Want to bring it out a wee bit. Okay. I can turn the speed up a wee bit now. That's 1500. Just stop and have a wee look to see where we are. You will get a bit tear right here because the end grain's coming round. It'll pull it out. But at a later stage, you can address this edge with putting a sanding block on your chuck and bringing the edge up and sanding it when it's down near enough where you want it. So a wee bit more.
Yeah, Johnny said he has used ratchet straps before, and that helps a lot to hold your lathe down. But yeah, you can add some counterweight of some kind. However you can do it, whether it's hot glue or whatever. Hey, JP. Raymond Wise has joined us as well. Glad to have all you guys in with us today.
Welcome along, guys. So just increase the speed up to 3000 RPM because that was turn out at the top as I come up to that point. The speed will help you a wee bit there. I'm just taking my time, taking wee small cuts. Okay. Now, I can take a wee bit more off the bottom of this. I'll change cameras so you can see where I am. So you can see where that's rounding over. So I want to take a wee bit of this, clean this up as well. Just want to see where that is now. So I've given myself a wee bit of a ridge there, so I want to take that out and I can maybe bring this over a wee bit more. Say it's entirely up to yourself what way you shape the bottom.
You folks who haven't seen it yet, you might want to go over to JP's channel after Paul gets through here today, and he made a shield for like a wall plaque, and it's quite nice. I was wondering if it wasn't a shield for Precious. Maybe Precious is going to war somewhere.
Just undercutting the bottom a wee bit so I can see where that bend that comes round the curve a wee bit better. Just stop and have an wee look. That's looking all right. Just a wee ridge there. You can see it. Sanding, and I'll sort that out. I'll just give it an RB once over with the tool, and we'll get the sanding done to that.
Lucy is in. Hey, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy. Welcome along. Right, okay. I'm happy enough with that. We'll sand that up, and things are falling all over the place.
Never had that happen in my shop, Paul. I don't know what's going on. Much. Oh, mercy.
Right. Well, just doing a wee bit of sand to this.
Andy the Valley Woodturner has joined us. Hello, Andy.
Hi, Andy. Welcome along. You can always touch these ends up later and just give them a wee quick sand while I'm here. We'll still have to address this problem here where I have made that too far forward and cut into my side of the piece. But so we'll reduce that down by this amount to take that away, hopefully.
Lucy just came back from a briefing, information briefing from the police talking about keeping young people safe online. She said AI scares her half to death. Lucy, it doesn't scare me, but I really don't want much anything to do with it. The possibilities down the road are scary. Right now, they're not too bad, but
We'll just give that a quick coat of sand sealer. I'm not going to spend too much time on the sanding tonight. There's that many wee bits involved in this, so it'll be just go through the motions. I'm just going to throw that tannin back up again because when the glue block come off the RSA, it sort of misaligned it by slightest wee bit. And that's why it's jumping like that. So we're going to need that when I turn it around to be straight and not vibrating like that. So.
she said what can be done with AI in criminal hands is scary. And Lucy, I agree with you. And normally I would say, it's still way off in the future, but I'm of the opinion that a lot of these robocalls that we're getting are caused by AI. In fact, it's AI that's getting our phone numbers.
Just
What's
changing truck
what's
again.
real scary is when you get a phone call and your caller ID shows it's your number. So you know it's a problem. Johnny's got to go. Johnny, good to see you. Look forward to seeing you back. What is Paul making? She asked. Lucy, Paul is making an angel that is also a tea light holder.
Do 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 do.
Ah, yes, Johnny's going to watch later on the big screen. That's what I usually do, Johnny.
Right, that's that on. So just change over to forward. Now you can see where I misaligned the cut and took too much out of that. So you want to be back from the rim at least 5 mil. I just didn't pay too much attention and made a mistake. At this stage, I'm going to turn this away. I'm not going to start hammering it, even though there's a proper tannin on this side. So we'll just turn that away. Do, do, do. Oh. Just bend down and pick that up when it fell. Right, just use the bow gouge to tidy that up. And this is where all your wee pieces of timber come in handy for wee glue blocks like that.
Or old tenons off of other pieces.
Yeah,
they work really well.
You'll see a wee bit later on parts of bowls and stuff I'm using for jigs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I want to turn the speed up here. Really turn it up to about 2500 because I have that hole cut out of this. So I want to bring that over without too much damage and tear out. And at this point, speed is your friend here. If you're scared of it, and then get yourself well prepared for face shield and stuff. It shouldn't come off, but sometimes things can happen, and you don't want them happening. But take all the precautions you can. Just stop it again, check where we are. You can see we're coming down gradually on that. It's getting smaller, so that's good. And usually if you haven't gone too far by your mistake, you can usually recover it.
Fred Gilliver has joined us. Hey, Fred. Glad to have you along.
Welcome along, Fred. I think an RE cut will probably do that. Yeah, it's almost gone. A wee bit yet. And this is a piece of beech I'm turning. Just keep an eye on our side wall here. I would like it down to where that cut in is then there, and it'll get rid of that wee slight discrepancy. And that's gone. That's a gone. Just a wee bit of fine tuning there to take the rest of that down so it's level, and that'll be that done. Because I can't go back now because I took that glue block off this side. I can't touch this piece up, but what I can do is sort of bevel it in as I'm bringing the gouge over and take a wee bit more out of it and come back out again. So that should take that rim away, hopefully. Just stop at each cut you do, because you don't want to go too far. We're almost there. Well, it'd probably sand away, but I'll do it with a gouge, and I know it's gone. Well, just left a wee lip on the end of that, so with a touch, just fix that. That'll be more than enough off that.
Roy's the boy has joined us. How you doing, Roy?
Yeah, that made it. Right, so we can sand the face of that. Now that's done. Nope.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those times you gotta keep that sanding pad angled so that
Yeah,
only the trailing edge is.
I just
sanded.
ruined that one. It
Mm-hmm.
pulled the rubber padding off totally.
Yeah, you can destroy your mandrel real quick. Or you turn your lathe off like Paul has done.
Yeah, you can do that.
You can tip your sanding pad up so it's only your trailing edge that's sanding, or turn it off.
Because
Either
there's
way.
a hole in that, you see, it'll catch it.
All right, Andy. Andy's got to go clean the kitchen and make pack some lunches for tomorrow. So he'll be back shortly, he says. Hopefully. Good for you, Andy. Yeah, Todd. Lucy has Andy well trained. That's exactly
Right,
what I was thinking.
that'll do that. I'll give it a coat of sand sealer. And because I approached that the wrong way at the start, with having cut that and having to do that deeper normal, just as it comes around here, I'm almost into the inside. I can see the light, but I'm not broke through. You can see the light shining through there. So if you do make a mistake, just keep an eye on that, because you will approach into this at some stage. So just be sure, just be careful you don't go too far and then end up, what do you call it? Making a hole in it. Right, we're finished with that piece for now. So
Making a hole in it, funneling it.
so that's that piece done. We'll just check our wee tea light sits in that, and it does. Lovely, lovely. So you want that wee border around the outside, and I can take a wee bit off that when I'm sanding on the sander, and touch those sides up. Right, we're on to our nice bit of spindle turning. So we'll change chucks again back to the normal one. No, I'll need that big adjustable spanner. Okay, that's that. That's that. So I'm using 2 different chucks tonight, and depending how you're fixed for your chucks and stuff, you can fork this out to make it a wee bit easier on yourself than the way I'm doing it. There's nothing wrong with taking your time and just thinking about the project. But if you have different chucks there, you can use the batter. So just tighten that up. I'm thinking it'll be more than secure in that. So we'll just bring this down to the round. It's a straight enough spindle to turn. This is going to be the body and the head. As I said, I'm making this out of a piece of, I think it's a piece of sycamore. I wanted to make it all out of beech, but I didn't have any way of cutting it.
Roy, he's working on it's an angel, but it'll also be a tea light holder. Square piece he had up earlier was the base.
Yeah, still a couple of flat bits.
Jerry Liddy is in with us. Hello, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. Okay, I'll just have a wee ganders at this and see if there's any more flats. Oh, there's one in the middle. Yeah. That'll do for now. Right, we want to mark our positions on this. So that's there. Head's there, neck, on top of the head, and that's all waist. Right. So this is roughly what I've worked out for the size of this body. You can make it thinner or make it fatter, depends on how you're feeling. I'll just mark those in. So that's going to be the wee tanning on that for when I drill a hole to stick it into the base. And that's a head. And all up at this end of the waist. Okay, so want to put a wee bit of shape under this. Okay, that was spindle gouge. I'll just take that down a wee bit further. I've lost my either. Throwing tools all over the floor. Just make a wee bit more room. So this wee bit here, you want to sort of put a slight bevel on the bottom of it. Bring it in there. That's lovely. The top, we're at the head here, so rough the head in roughly, and then you can take timber off when you say it's too big. On the shoulders, at the top of the body, you want to bring around and put on. Just bring that down a wee bit more. do a wee bit more on we'll give that a wee sand and
Todd and Roy are talking about finding some bargains. And Todd asked Roy, "Do we have to worry about the constables coming for you?" You never know.
where's that? Just a wee bit of a rough touch on that there.
Roy claims it's all legit. I don't know, Roy.
Pardon me, excuse me. Let's see. Just at the bottom, I'm going to put 2 wee blinds. And just burn them in with a piece of Formica. Right, what we need now is the size of our hole for our base. Just get rid of that out of the way. And I had the drill bit sitting there. There's it there. What size was that? This is an 8mm drill bit, so we may want to make a tenon 8mm there. So calipers. Right, that's okay. That should be okay. Let's bring that. Just defining the head and the neck from the body. So we like cut there. The said is it's nice to pick it out of a nice colored wood. I made the first ones out of pieces of pine, and these were church pews. I made these out of, and the church is over 70 years old. And the girl says to me, "We don't want to throw it away. It's too good to throw away. Could you make something for me?" And I says, "Well, I'll try. What have you mind?" Yeah, well, sort of something to do with the church, wee angel, maybe a wee tea light in it, or something like that, or wee tea light holders. So I came up with these. Now, there's some similar on the internet, you can see. So I would just modify it a wee bit to suit. I'll give that a coat of sand sealer. Let that dry in. I'll just give it a wee coat wax after that. Give it a wee minute to dry in. Just give it a wee bit of cloth. Rub that in. Yeah, and a wee bit of wax.
You know, I was just thinking about sanding sealer the other day, how it really is such a good base for most anything we do with our wood. Whether it's just waxing it or lacquer or varnish or no matter what we're doing, it's just a good base. It's that wood prepared for what we're going to do to it.
Just lightly hold the paper on the piece and buff it up. We don't want to apply too much pressure and create heat and friction. You're not trying to melt the wax. You're just trying to shine it up. And this will probably take about 3 coats before you can see any. It is nice and shiny at the minute, but it will dull down shortly afterwards. So the more coats you put on it, the better. Okay, that's that. So I'll just make a bit of room for the next part. So we just need to part those off, and I'm gonna get my very expensive saw, if I can find it. Yeah, it's always the way when you want to go grab something, you can't find it. Oh,
That's
there's
right.
it there. This is my really expensive saw, handmade hacksaw blade with a big bit of wood on it. So I'm just going to turn this speed down a bit. I'm just going to initially mark this, not cutting the whole way through, just enough to let me keep it on the lathe, and then I can sand that wee bit away on the top and bottom.
Copper
Almost.
Alwood Turning has joined us. Hey, Copper.
Welcome along. There, that's almost through. So just give it a last wee polish before we take it off. Okay. Just want to cut that off with a saw here. Just take the pressure off that. Don't be tempted to break it. So what you'll do is pull the fibers out of the top, especially, and you're not worried about the bottom because the bottom is not going to be seen. You're going to be sanding it anyway, but you just don't want to.
And it seems like the part that breaks or that pulls out is always the part that shows too.
So I'll just give that a wee clean up. May have to get the parts on there on that. Right, I'll put that in my pocket. Where's our base? Right, bring our base over. So we'll still have to make the wings. So we're not finished yet, guys. Just want to put my wee thing down. So T-light's there. Keep in mind your, what do you call it? So your wee angel is going to go there somewhere. So pick a spot and try and get it so centered. And don't go through the bottom. Be very easy done.
Just a shallow little hole.
Yeah. I'll just check that fits. And that fits lovely. So there's that for now. We'll put it all together later when it's all finished. So we're going to make the wings. Now, the wings are the most, I would say, complicated part. You might think to yourself, but really, all it is a round disc and two coals cut out the top and bottom. Okay, and those will end up like that. So we have two Forstner bits, and I jumped there a wee bit, but I can fix that. So you want to sort of even it up halfway and halfway. You want to cut into this time. You want to cut into the rim for the opening, top and bottom. It's on a glue block, okay? So I couldn't show you because I have no camera over the drill press, but it's put it in with what I used. I'm just going to show you. Get a roll of tape and set your piece into it and set it nice and flat on your bed or your drill press, and then bring your Forstner down and drill those bits out, okay? So we're now going to do the turning to this, okay? So we had to put a slight bevel on this, and again, wee bits of timber you never throw away. Make wee glue blocks for gluing things on. They're very handy when you find you're cutting the ends off something or bowl. Just keep that wee bit. So
Absolutely. Have your tenons and whatnot left over, just throw them over in a bucket.
yep,
Hang on to them.
it'll come in handy someday. They're handy for this. Okay. Oh, so there's an R1 I done earlier. I just want to show you this, and we're going to use this one here because I didn't mess it up. I sort of wondered with the Forstner bit. Actually didn't wonder. What happened was I didn't move it forward enough to cut a bit out of the top of it, and I tried to do it just freehand with the drill turning, and it sort of mangled it. So you want to get that first time, okay? You want to get the Forstner bit, and depth ways, you want to end up something like that. You don't want it awfully too big, thick. So we're about to come off the face of that, and then that'll be held on a chuck, a jam chuck. You'll see that in a minute. I'm just going to show you this part of it. It's more or less, there's not a lot to it, but you want to put some sort of bevel on this, half round. And again, you want to go as fast as you're comfortable with, because you've got those two cutouts and you don't want to be catching the ends of those.
But like you said a while ago, speed is your friend because of that. Faster you're turning, the smaller those gaps become.
Well, stop and have a wee look at that. I'll bring the tailstock around. You can see we've got a nice wee bevel on it. You don't want it too pointy here, so I can take a wee bit off that. It's just you want to put a wee bit of shape into this bit, because that'll be the pit it's showing, sticking out on the back of the figure. Okay. So at this stage, you would sand that, okay, and then turn it around. I'll just do this wee bit because I'm going to use this OR piece I've started. Parting tool right in with the and you can see that I've cut into that there on the back of it. Don't worry if you don't get it all out. All you want to do is separate this front piece from all this timber. So we'll not go much further with that one. We'll switch over and do the other one, the one I'm going to use. Okay, so so this is the other piece, and it's been sanded, just to give it a taste of sand sealer, and then we'll get it into our makeshift jaws we've got for it, and that's the way we're going to hold it. And this is my jam chuck. It was one time a wee small dish, but I didn't like the wood too much, so it didn't become anything. And it's been sitting in my workshop for years, and it just came in handy today when I was looking about for something to hold this. Okay, you can see there's bits and all out of it. So I'll just give that a quick re-rub, just to take any wet bits off. I'm going to use the hot melt glue. to glue that in, and it's a bit too big. So we'll need to enlarge that a wee bit to let that in. Take that away. And set that to the side before I damage it. So you only want to take, it's not that much to come off that. And again, if you're using something like this here, just be aware what depth you have on it and can you get it into that. So it still needs a wee bit. And just creep up on it, because it's no good if it's too big. You just want it to fit in and no more. And if you need a wee bit of hot glue, just hold it there. That's fine. I said at the start, I made 70 of these for this girl from the church, and she was. If you had to see my workshop, there was a production line. There was a production lines of that part, and then the bases and and so on. And if you set it out that way, you can soon get through them all, and then at the end you can put them all together. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, the fella in Australia, Kerry Corney, he just did 700 bowls. And that's what he
Right.
did. Just did a production run and broke it down to like 25 or so at a time. And so he
Yeah.
didn't get so overrun with it.
So I'm just getting the hot milk glue gun here. Bring it right. It just went over a wee bit too loose, but it sits there, and all I'm going to do is put a wee bit of glue around the outside of that. I'm just going to turn that tenon away because that's a glue block. It's on that. Okay. At this stage, I don't want to try and knock it off the chisel because it might pull too much of the fibers out. And the next thing you have got a big hole, because it's not that thick, the whole back of it. Yeah, it's only about 4 or 5 mil thick. So just give it a second to glue up a wee bit. Wet your finger with a wee turner's paste and give it a wee rub.
Hmm.
And just flatten that down. That'll hold that. And just bring the tool rest up. Tailstock up and hold that. So that's quite. It's not too bad. So these three things, and this can be used and used over and over again. There's still plenty of life in it, because there's only that wee bit out of it, but it's quite stable. I think it was a bit of Sapili. I didn't know it at the time when I first started turning that. I was making a wee dish out of that, and when I turned it out, don't fancy that at all. It looked terrible. So it never get made into anything at all. So I want to get a spindle gouge, and we'll take some of this timber away. And while the tailstock's there, just remove some of this. Now, this is a bit of mahogany. And these bring us round a wee bit so you can see better. There we are.
The handle's just determined we're not going to see it.
And this part here is all probably where the glue is. There's probably nothing in the center of that, so I'm just going to take the rest of that away, and it'll probably lift off when I stop a lathe. There's one part of it off, and there's the rest of it off. So
Yes, Roy. Roy said the chat's quiet. It is.
oh dear, I have a hole. Where'd that come from?
Where you drilled the wing on the
Oh
other side.
yes, it is. Yeah, never mind. We'll just go with it. I could change it and put the other one in, but well, not bar, but just go with this. So we need to take the rest of that mahogany off. So that's the thing to look out for, guys. The center bit of the Forstner bit, as you drill it out, if you're too thin, which I was there, it's too thin, and it came through.
MB Wood Turning has joined us. Hello, MB. Yes, you've missed
So,
2/3.
so
Almost the whole thing.
I'm just missing, removing the glue. Wee bit of glue still there. Just using the rhino scraper here, because we'll just sand that. That should take the rest of that off. Where's my sanding discs? Oh, hold on. Hold on a minute. I'm all right. I'm all right.
I was just thinking.
I have to take that away.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. All that's still got to be opened up.
Yeah. Doug, you should have told me that. Let's
Well,
take that away.
that's what I was thinking, but you're the one turning it. You're the one that has the plan. So I didn't know if I was.
So the
thinking
hole
right or
doesn't
not.
matter. It doesn't make any difference, the hole.
Yeah.
But
Got to go away
just
anyway.
be careful here, because remember you have two Forstner holes cut in this, so you've only around this part. So when we take the back off this, we shall see the holes right through. And I can see it getting lighter there, so I'm almost to it. So you just want to go easy. Kind of stay away from the edge where the glue is, because that's the only thing that's holding it in here. So it might fly out. Just stop out and see what's happening with it. Oh yeah, there's a bit there. It's ready to come out. Yeah. just trying to work on that wee bit here and stay away from the rim here because that's where the glue is holding it. We'll have one totally showing, so it mustn't be firmly in that side, one side of it, and further in the other. So a wee bit more taken away.
Doing it on the drill press or pillar drill, whichever you want to call it. That's one way you can make sure that you get it the same depth. That would help you
Yeah,
in that.
it's almost.
You're getting, yeah, you're right there. You're right there.
Just right on it. I'm just going to stop it again, have an RV look to see what I need to take away of the center bit. Well, that's coming away. That needs to come right away in there. Should be enough glue holding it, he says.
Reaching for my face shield now.
Stop it again, have another look. Right, and that's okay. That's almost there. I can probably sand that and it'll probably come off. I'll take a wee bit more off this part and then oh, there's a bit of it away. It just flew out there. Just want to check it's okay. If it is, looks like that, take it off because what can happen? It can fly out at you and hit you up the face. And if you're not wearing a face shield, and
Todd asked the question. He says, big question. Does Paul have the guardian angel looking over his shoulder to help complete the project? Well, being how the wings just took flight.
So you can see there where the Forstner bit didn't go right through the rim here. Where are we? There, that's the only bit. So I'm not going to remount it again. I'm just going to cut this with a saw right through and sand that up. It's just one of those things. If the Forstner bit didn't go right through the part you want to get rid of, then you'll be left with that bit. If I keep on going with that, there won't be left. This will all fall apart, so it will. It's still pretty stable. It's not bend and reflection, but if I take that remainder wood away by mounting this back in again, it's just going to remove the whole ring right around the outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's the thing you need to look out for when you're using your Forstner bits. Let's see where that is. I see.
I'm thinking they need to be, your Forstner bit holes need to be cut pretty precisely, same depth and the same distance away from the edge.
Well, you see, Doug, if you're, because this is flat, that's why I said put it in something like that, because your bed or wherever you've stuck this to, it'll fit in and
Sure,
hold it
right
in that. Okay, so you can see that looks pretty uniform. This one did get it right, but I misaligned the Forstner bit and this one, this
Mhm.
side of it, and it
Mhm.
didn't cut through the rim.
Right.
And I try to do it freehand. That's why I'm not using that one, because it needs a wee bit of work on it. So I've just
Sure.
cut that away, and I'm just going to, what you can do, have I still got that? Let's see. I have a wee sander. A wee sanding fella. Wonder when I get that in. Right, I'm going to take that off and see. I can get this in. Just finish that wee bit of circle off. That probably will go in there. Probably get enough on it. I don't know. Might get enough. Let's see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. There's still a wee bit in the corner there. It needs to come off. It's like a wee jaggy bit. So you want to avoid doing this. If you've drilled it right through, and when you take the back off it, it should cut out exactly where you want it.
Yes.
And a whole set of these wee things, sanders. And this is the last one. Don't more ask me where they went, because I don't know. They were all in here at one stage, and they must have got lost in the shavings. And
Surely not.
yeah, it's one of those things. So we'll just run round with a sandpaper around the outside of that. It doesn't need an awful lot of sanding. And then we'll get it stuck onto our wee angel. So you can spend as much time as you want on it. I did sand that, and there's a coat of sand sealer on it. I'm not going to put anything on the back of that. I want it to stick with the hot melt glue. I'm just talking about hot melt glue. Where did I put that hot melt gun? Did I take it back? I didn't plug it in again. I disconnected the lead from it. Here's me. I better run over and plug that in. Keep the heat going. So that's the turning off it. Done. Right, I just clear some of this muck away. I'll get rid of that. I'm gonna bring our wee stand over. Right, where's our angel? We'll still have to do the bottom. Wonder should I do that now while that heat gun's going? Yeah, we'll do that. Nearly forgot about that. So I did. Head's going here. There's that many bits and pieces you need. What am I looking for? Oh yes, I need to change chucks again. Oh, wow. Number 3 chuck. Different chuck again. And this is to take the your cannon off. Where did I put that? We're just going to use the cool jaws to do that. And where's our base?
Been using my cold jaws a little more recently. I'm getting where I really like them.
Yeah, they're so handy.
Like to get a larger set like these. Mine are the little mini ones, so they're not very big.
I had previously marked a hole in the center of this for locating this, and then you can be sure you're getting the center. That's a good way of lining it up. So just bring it up tight and just do that up a wee bit, and all four sides are getting squished. Okay, so that's that. So we'll put that out of the way. Don't need that. We'll get the tail stuck on that.
Raymond said that those angel wings look like Batman shield. It does. You're right, Raymond.
Well, that's the best way I come up with cutting them, and you're
Absolutely.
getting a nice round circle.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it when it's fitted to it. Just watch your speed in one of these. You can't go faster than 600 with cold jaws. I'm just trying to. Oh, there you are. Oh, no, I haven't passed it again. Too far. My speed control knob is a wee bit temperamental. You touch it at all and it goes mad. Right, that's just turned about 600. So you can see that's not entirely centered, but it doesn't matter for this. As long as you don't go outside where you've turned it round. You're taking the tannin off, that's all you're doing.
Yeah, there was somebody, I don't remember if it was last year or maybe it was 2 years ago, was doing angel wings, and they just turned basically a flat plate and then took it to the saw and cut out those cutouts. But
Yeah, you could do that too.
I kind of like what you did a little better, actually. You just use a Forstner bit, open that up, and then you can turn it. Either way, but by drilling it, you're a little more precise. They're going to be a little more likely to be even. I just noticed I got something unplugged from the computer and I have no clue what it is. I'll have to track that down.
I'm just going to change over. I think it's a wee bit blunt that. Spindle gauge. Just stop and see where I'm still a wee bit of a ridge here.
Okay, now I know what that chord is.
Just going to use the round nose scraper to clean that up.
Oh yes, Todd. Todd said he was using he was gluing up some segment layers for a bowl last week, and his cold jaws helped. Yes, they really do for segmenting. Great piece of equipment for that, especially if you put them on an adapter over on your tailstock. Really work nice for that.
That just needs sanded. Yep.
Good deal. Oh, okay. Todd and I were thinking the same way. He's got that adapter so he can put his cold jaws over on his live center. Yeah, you start building that bowl up, and those cold jaws can help you center that new ring onto the base. Just it's not exact, but it's close enough. So it's a lot better than doing it by hand. Don't ask me how I know.
I'll just take that out of that and give that a quick wee scoot of thumb sealer because there's nothing else on it. Where's my wee bench? So what I was saying earlier about the sanding, you can sand the ends over. You put your sanding disc in there and just bring the ends up to clean those up. I'm not doing that. It's not too bad actually. Right. That's okay.
I was just about to ask you about that chuck key there, Paul.
I just seen it. Nobody's even mentioned it yet. Now here, maybe better grab that.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Just want to
That's all right.
check. Are we? Oh, don't break it, Paul. Right. So I'm just going to get the hot melt glue gun and bring it over, and we'll glue this wee thing on. Do 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 do. So we'll set him down there, and that wants to go there somewhere like that. Now, what I done on the past, I'm gluing this on the night. I drilled a wee hole there, and I was going to turn the wee wooden dial, but I didn't turn them. They're cocktail sticks. Drill it in, and glue them in, and give us a wee bit more stability.
Mm-hmm.
You know, rather than relying on the thing and just sand that off later. You know, when the glue's dry, just ordinary PVA. Sometimes this can be. Oh, there's the glue gone away. So you want to line it up so it's. It'll take a wee minute. To dry. Lift that gun. It just dropped into the shavings. Look at the state of that. It's all covered in.
Have fun with that one.
There. Just give it a wee wipe still while it's warm. Getting most of them off.
There you
Shavings
go.
everywhere. Right, that's that done out of the way. And we get that out of the way. Finish with that pull. So we don't need that over there. So I'm just going to turn the heating off. Well, because it takes a run down the wee cycle. It takes 5 minutes to run through the cycle to burn any excess fuel up on the wee burner. So we have our tea light. Hold on. And wee strands of glue are getting everywhere. So you will glue that wee fellow in, okay? What am I looking for? Yeah. So you have that, and you have that. And we'll set them on a wee pedestal. And you want the facing want it facing the candle. Tailstock.
Lovely.
There we are.
What a great little holiday project.
Nice wee present to give someday or Christmas,
Sure, sure.
you know, and needs a wee bit of sanding on the head there. But if you wanted to go all out, I made the R1s with a wee halo, a wee round circle.
Yeah,
And you
that'd
put
be
it on
easy enough.
you put it on a cocktail stick and drill a wee hole in the back of here, and it just sits there. Hot melt glue again, and just sits over the head to give it a wee bit more of effect. But you get the idea, you know. Let's see, put that black background on that, and you can see better. You know,
Yes. Very nice. Very
and you can
nice.
see where the cutouts for the Forstner bit gives you the shape of the wing. And I think it works dead on because it's just the right size of the head, and it just comes down to the size of the body, and it's just knowing when to stop turning here because
Mm-hmm.
to get that right. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll
Yes.
just bring
You're getting
camera,
lots of good compliments there.
get the camera over. I got a drink. I'm warm.
Lucy said she just realized how many different varieties of maple there is. There are. Kind of like oak.
Yeah.
There's tons of them.
So there's a wee Christmas idea for you to make. Give it away to grandparents and somebody or somebody you don't like. You know. But anyway, where's Doug? I bring him back in.
I'm right here. Been here the whole time.
Where's his ball?
Hadn't moved.
There he is. I had to go over there and bring you in. So
Not a problem.
thank you guys for coming in tonight and watching while I made mistakes and corrected them.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that's important. I've done my
Yeah.
share here recently, made some mistakes, and one of the things that people forget about is that none of us are perfect, and it's just a matter of how you gonna deal with it.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Just keep going. And if it's totally, if it blows up, you just grab another chunk of wood. I keep hearing wood grows on trees, so
Yeah. It depends how long you've been at it.
yeah,
You're making the pace, and if you're really tired and you're only fighting yourself to try and fix it. If it's not fixable, just call it a day and make it an hour
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Sometimes it's just not worth the hassle to try and fix something that's not fixable.
Ain't that the truth?
Anyway, I got that sort of the way I wanted it. I just got out of it no more because the light was shining through the bottom there, and it's all about precision and the actual glass holder in the right position, and you want
Hmm.
a border around that. So there's a wee bit more shown on this side, but I can fix that with a sander on the sanding disc, rub it up against it, and take a wee bit off that face just to make it the same distance as that one. There's not much
Yeah.
in it. There's only a mil or so, but it helps if you have totally square stock.
Yeah.
I started cutting those out this afternoon, and know what I was trying to do? I had two pieces like that. This is wider. I was trying to cut it in half,
Mm.
and I let go of my grip, and it spinned and
Yep.
wrecked the blade on me. So I have to order a new blade now for the bandsaw. So
There you go.
that was a costly exercise.
Sure. I'm on my last blade. I've got to get some more.
Right. Hi guys. I will say cheerio to you all. Wrong camera. Oh, and Doug will say cheerio as well. And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye. Have a
Goodbye,
great week,
guys.
folks. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
I hope. Bye-bye.
Bye.